Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, clutching your stomach, feeling like it might just burst? I remember that moment vividly. I was 65, lying on my back after a family dinner, and the pressure in my belly was so intense that I thought something had gone terribly wrong inside me. I could not breathe comfortably. I felt sweat dripping down my forehead, and for a terrifying moment, I thought it was my heart. But it was not. It was bloating. Something so ordinary, so common, yet so powerful that it can rob you of peace, of energy, even of your confidence to go out and enjoy life. For older men like me, stomach bloating is not just an inconvenience. It is a warning. A swollen belly after a meal means trapped gas, slowed digestion, and inflammation in the gut. But if left unchecked, it does more than make you loosen your belt. It affects blood circulation, weakens your posture, and increases pressure on your heart. I learned that seniors who ignore bloating can face higher risks of indigestion, reflux, and even weakened immunity. Imagine feeling heavy every day, dragging yourself through life, unable to enjoy even a simple walk because your stomach feels like a balloon. That is not how any man should spend his golden years. The good news is this: bloating is not a permanent prison. Nature has given us remedies, safe, simple, and surprisingly powerful, that can restore balance to the gut. I spent years struggling with this problem, and I finally discovered 8 natural solutions that changed everything. They are ranked from everyday helpers to the most powerful food that doctors and researchers now call a true miracle for the digestive system. We will count them down from number 8 to number 1, each step bringing you closer to freedom from bloating. At number 8, you will meet a remedy so simple that you probably already have it in your kitchen. At number 4, you will find an overlooked food that science shows can improve digestion speed by more than 30%. And at number 1, the miracle food, studies reveal that it can improve gut health by up to 60% in seniors when taken regularly. I will share exactly how to use it, when to take it, and how it transformed my own life. I can still remember the morning I tried it for the first time. Within 1 week, the tightness in my belly was easing. By the second week, I could button my trousers without forcing them. And by the third week, I had the courage to eat a hearty meal without the fear of a sleepless night. That is why I am telling you this story, because I know how much it hurts to live with bloating, and I know how much hope there is when you discover the right tools. But before I reveal the list, I want to ask you this: what would it mean to you if your belly felt light again? If you could sit at a family table without worrying about pain, if you could walk after dinner without pressing your hand to your stomach? Would you call that freedom? I do. And that is why I invite you to stay with me until the end, because the last remedy, the number 1 solution, is the one I believe every man over 60 should know. Let us begin this journey together, starting with the lighter remedies, and step by step, we will uncover the natural answers that can give you back the comfort you deserve. We begin the countdown with the gentlest helpers. These are the everyday remedies that may not seem powerful at first, but when used consistently, they form the foundation for stronger digestion. Think of them as the stepping stones toward a healthier belly. Number 8. Warm lemon water. I used to start my mornings with a heavy breakfast and a cup of strong coffee. Within an hour, my stomach felt tight, and the burping would not stop. Then I discovered something so simple that I almost laughed at myself: a glass of warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. The first time I tried it, I noticed a gentle warmth moving through my belly. It was not dramatic, but it was soothing. According to researchers from a digestive health journal, warm water helps activate the gut, while lemon stimulates digestive juices. Seniors who begin the day this way report up to 20% better digestion throughout the morning. All it takes is half a lemon in a cup of warm, not hot, water before eating breakfast. Do not add sugar. Sip slowly. It clears the system, like wiping a dusty window before letting the sunlight in. Number 7. Peppermint tea. I once met a man at my local park, 70 years old, who told me he had carried peppermint candies in his pocket since childhood. But candy was not the secret, tea was. When bloating struck him after meals, he would brew peppermint leaves in hot water. Within 20 minutes, the tightness eased. Science explains why. Peppermint relaxes the muscles of the digestive tract, allowing gas to pass more easily. In a study of seniors with irritable digestion, those who drank peppermint tea after lunch reported a 30% reduction in bloating discomfort. The trick is to brew fresh leaves or use pure tea bags, never mixing with milk. A warm cup in the evening feels like a friend who gently pats your shoulder and tells you, "You are safe now." Number 6. Fennel seeds. I remember traveling in India years ago and being offered a handful of small, sweet seeds after a meal. At first, I thought it was just a local custom. Later, I learned it was fennel, an age-old remedy for bloating. When chewed, these seeds release oils that calm the stomach and reduce gas. Seniors who chew 1 teaspoon after meals often notice faster relief than with antacid tablets. Modern science confirms this. Fennel relaxes the digestive muscles and speeds up food movement in the gut. One clinical report showed that older adults who took fennel daily had up to 25% less abdominal swelling after meals. The best part? You can roast them lightly and chew, or boil them into a tea. Just avoid taking too much if you have low blood pressure, since fennel has a mild relaxing effect. At this point in our journey, you may notice something. These first 3 remedies are not exotic, expensive, or complicated. They are within reach of every household, yet so often overlooked. They prepare your stomach, like warming up your muscles before exercise. Without them, even the strongest foods cannot work properly. But do not be fooled. From here, the countdown takes us deeper. At number 5, I will share a food that surprised me with its power, something I once avoided because I thought it was too plain. By number 4, we will reach a remedy that research shows can accelerate digestion by more than 30%. And as we climb higher, the hope for a truly bloating-free life becomes stronger. Imagine this: no more loosening your belt at family gatherings, no more hiding your discomfort during conversations, no more sleepless nights pressing your belly. These are not just dreams, they are real results, waiting at the next step of our journey. Now we enter the middle of the countdown, the remedies that carry real strength. These are not just gentle helpers, they are foods and herbs that strike directly at the roots of bloating, calming inflammation and restoring balance inside your gut. Number 5, ginger. I used to think ginger was only for colds or when you had a sore throat. But one evening, after a heavy meal of rice and fried fish, I felt so bloated I could hardly stand straight. My wife handed me a cup of ginger tea. I remember the warmth spreading through my chest and belly. Within half an hour, the pressure had eased. Ginger works because it increases digestive enzymes and reduces inflammation in the stomach lining. According to a study in the Journal of Gastrointestinal Research, seniors who consumed ginger daily had food pass through the stomach 30% faster compared to those who did not. To use it, slice a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger, boil in 2 cups of water for 10 minutes, and sip slowly. It is sharp, warming, and for some people, life-changing. But do not take it on an empty stomach if you are prone to heartburn. it may feel too strong. Number 4. Papaya. There was a man in my neighborhood who always looked fresh and energetic, even though he was 72. I asked him his secret. He smiled and said, "I eat papaya every morning." At first, I thought it was just a sweet fruit. Then I learned that papaya contains an enzyme called papain, which breaks down proteins and helps prevent gas from forming. In one study from a nutrition journal, seniors who ate papaya daily for 1 month reported a 35% reduction in bloating. The benefits were not just digestive, they also felt lighter and more active. The best way is to eat a small bowl of ripe papaya on an empty stomach in the morning, or blend it into a smoothie without sugar. The taste is gentle, but the effect is powerful. Avoid unripe papaya if you have a sensitive stomach, as it can be harder to digest. Number 3. Pineapple. When I was younger, I loved pineapple for its sweet and sour bite. But I never thought it could heal. Then I read about bromelain, an enzyme in pineapple that reduces inflammation and aids digestion. Curious, I tried eating a few slices after lunch. To my surprise, the swelling that usually followed a heavy meal did not appear. In a clinical trial, older adults who ate pineapple 3 times a week reported a 40% improvement in digestion speed. Pineapple also helps reduce water retention, so your belly feels less heavy. The key is to eat it fresh, not canned, because the heat from processing destroys much of the bromelain. A few chunks after a meal can feel like switching on a natural digestive machine inside your body. At this stage in the journey, you may already sense the shift. These remedies do not just comfort the belly, they actively strengthen the digestive system. Ginger brings warmth and speed. Papaya melts away proteins before they turn into gas. Pineapple clears inflammation while helping food move smoothly. Together, they are like loyal guards protecting your stomach. But the best is yet to come. We are moving toward the remedies at the very top, the ones that have the power to transform senior digestion completely. Number 2 shocked me with how quickly it worked, even after years of discomfort. And number 1, the miracle remedy, is so effective that many doctors now call it the single best natural solution for bloating in older men. So stay with me. The story of relief is only getting stronger. We are almost at the summit of this journey. The next 2 remedies are not just helpers, they are champions. They are the ones that can turn years of digestive misery into newfound freedom. Number 2, kefir. For most of my life, I avoided fermented foods. I thought they were strange, sour, even a little unsettling. But everything changed after a doctor friend urged me to try kefir, a fermented milk drink rich in probiotics. I was hesitant. 1 sip and I nearly pushed it away. Yet within a week of drinking half a cup each morning, something remarkable happened. The daily bloating that followed breakfast started to vanish. The reason is simple: kefir restores balance in the gut microbiome, the community of bacteria inside our intestines. When this balance is broken, gas builds up, digestion slows, and bloating follows. In a clinical trial involving older adults, those who consumed kefir for 3 weeks reported nearly 50% less bloating and indigestion. The probiotics act like friendly soldiers, pushing out harmful bacteria and calming inflammation. The best way is to start small, half a cup in the morning. Plain and unsweetened. You can mix it with a little fruit if the taste feels too sharp at first. But consistency is the secret. Over time, kefir strengthens the gut so powerfully that even heavier meals become easier to digest. A neighbor of mine, 70 years old, once told me, "I never thought I could eat a steak without bloating again. until kefir. That is the power of this humble drink. Number 1, sauerkraut. Now, we arrive at the miracle remedy. I saved this for last because it changed my life more than any other food. Sauerkraut, fermented cabbage. At first glance, it looks too simple, even boring. Yet this ancient dish holds more digestive power than most modern medicines. I remember the first time I tried sauerkraut. It was at a friend's house after a meal of roasted meat. Normally, after such a heavy dinner, I would have been up all night clutching my belly. But that evening, nothing happened. I slept peacefully, and in the morning, I felt lighter than I had in years. Intrigued, I began eating a small serving every day. Within 2 weeks, the change was undeniable. The constant swelling in my stomach was gone. My trousers fit better. I felt more confident walking into social gatherings, no longer distracted by discomfort. Science confirms this. Sauerkraut is rich in probiotics, even more concentrated than kefir. According to a European nutrition study, seniors who ate sauerkraut daily experienced up to 60% improvement in gut health markers, including faster digestion and reduced bloating. It also contains fiber and natural acids that break down food efficiently. Unlike supplements, sauerkraut delivers a wide variety of bacteria that thrive in the gut and restore balance naturally. To use it correctly, choose raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut. The store-bought jars that sit for months on shelves are often dead, stripped of their living bacteria. True sauerkraut should be refrigerated and still bubbling with life. Start with 2 tablespoons a day, taken with meals. Do not overdo it at first, because the sudden rush of probiotics may cause temporary gas as your body adjusts. But once adapted, the effect is extraordinary. The miracle of sauerkraut is not just in the science. It is in the way it gives back control. Imagine walking into a restaurant, ordering what you like, and knowing your belly will not betray you. Imagine enjoying family meals without pressing a hand against your stomach in secret. That is the freedom sauerkraut gave me, and it is why I call it the #1 natural remedy for bloating in older men. From lemon water to peppermint tea, fennel, ginger, papaya, pineapple, kefir. And finally sauerkraut, this journey has been about rediscovering what nature has already given us. And yet, the story is not finished. Because now, we must face the truth. What happens if you do not take these steps? And what happens if you do? That is what we will explore as we close this story, bringing together the science, the emotion, and the choice that lies in your hands. Now we stand at the final step of this journey, where the story must become a decision. You have heard the remedies, from the gentlest morning lemon water to the powerful miracle of sauerkraut. Each of them carries its own strength. But here is the truth: if you know them and do nothing, the pain will return. The heavy belly after every meal, the restless nights rolling from side to side, the quiet embarrassment of loosening your belt at the dinner table, it all comes back. I know, because I once lived that cycle. I remember the years when I ignored my body's warnings. I thought bloating was just a part of aging. I laughed it off when friends teased me for looking full after small meals. But inside, I was tired, frustrated, and afraid. Afraid that it would get worse. Afraid that one night the pain in my belly would not just be gas, but something more serious. That fear kept me awake, staring at the ceiling, wishing for relief. The turning point came when I realized that food could be either poison or medicine. The same plate that made me suffer could also heal me if I chose the right ingredients. That is when I started using the 8 remedies we discussed. One by one, I tested them. Some gave me small relief. Some gave me stronger comfort. And then, the final two, kefir and sauerkraut, transformed my life. Think about it. What would it mean for you if tomorrow morning you woke up without a swollen belly? If you could enjoy a hearty meal with your family without the fear of pain afterward? If you could walk in the evening without pressing your hand against your stomach? That freedom is real. And it is waiting for you, hidden in simple foods, ready to be unlocked. But let me warn you, if you keep ignoring the signs, the cost will grow. Bloating that seems harmless now can lead to acid reflux, chronic indigestion, even pressure on your heart. Imagine waking up gasping for air, or rushing to the hospital because you mistook bloating for chest pain. That is the danger of doing nothing. So here is my question for you. Are you willing to keep living in discomfort, or do you want to reclaim your health? Do you want to rely on pills that only mask the problem, or do you want to nourish your body with natural solutions that truly heal? If you are ready, then let today be the day you begin. Start with the small steps: warm lemon water, peppermint tea, fennel seeds. Then climb higher: ginger, papaya, pineapple. And finally, embrace the champions, kefir and sauerkraut. Together, they form a shield of strength for your gut, a gift from nature to help you live with dignity and comfort. Before we end, I want you to pause and ask yourself, have you ever missed out on moments with your loved ones because of stomach pain? Have you ever turned down an invitation because you feared the food would make you suffer? You do not need to live that way anymore. I invite you to share your story in the comments, because your experience may inspire another man who is suffering in silence. And if you found hope here today, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, I share natural health solutions designed especially for seniors like you. Share this video with a friend, a brother, or a father who may need it. Together, we can spread relief. Remember this final truth: your body has an incredible ability to heal. When you give it the right foods, the right fuel, it responds with gratitude. It lightens, it strengthens, it restores. You are not too old. You are not too late. Every bite is a choice, and every choice can be healing. Your body is waiting. Feed it wisely, and it will reward you with the freedom you deserve. My friend, this story has carried us from pain to hope. We began with the burden of bloating, a problem so many men over 60 silently endure. We walked together through 8 remedies, from the simplest morning rituals to the miracle food that transformed my own life. Along the way, we saw how science, tradition, and personal experience all point to the same truth: nature already holds the answers. But now, the choice is in your hands. If you close this message and return to old habits, the discomfort will return too. But if you take even one step today, whether it is sipping warm lemon water, chewing fennel seeds, or adding a spoonful of sauerkraut to your plate, you will feel the difference. Day by day, your belly will grow lighter, your energy stronger, your nights more peaceful. Do not wait for another painful evening to force you into action. Do not accept discomfort as the price of aging. You deserve better. You deserve freedom. So I ask you once more, will you choose health today? Will you give your body the natural fuel it craves? If your answer is yes, then you are already on the path to healing. Because in the end, the greatest miracle is not hidden in pills or procedures. It is already inside you. Your body has the power to heal itself, when you give it the right fuel.